All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have Rafi, and he's going to give us a tour of the Red E Honda Element. So can you tell us a little bit about your Honda Element, like what inspired the build?
Well, what inspired it was I was a full-time DJ at the time, and I lost all my gigs when COVID happened, and I found myself with a lot of free time, and I looked at my Element, and I decided it could be more than just a fun camping car. I can maybe turn this thing into a stage so I could DJ anywhere. I basically modified almost every single part of the car to help me achieve that. Most of the build is, the fun parts of the build is on the exterior. Basically, I welded the roof so it can handle much more weight, and then I customized a Rob Deasy roof rack to basically act like a stage by putting flooring. I even built a hatch. It's got lights and temp activation. It's got electronic locks. It's very in-depth build. I got a power box up there with outlets and for audio inputs and outputs into the car. Everything's that's stage-wise and stuff is powered off lithium batteries and solar panels, and then I put solar panel connections all over the vehicle so I can deploy panels.
Oh, that is very cool.
Very useful for sure.
So what's this ladder back here?
This is a Rob Deasy ladder that I modified by putting foldable steps onto it. I added some lights so at nighttime you can actually see.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I got one on each side so DJs or anybody who wants to get on the roof or from the hatch.
Where is the best place you've taken this out and like done a gig?
Oh, that's a good question. I've done a lot of fun gigs. I think one of my favorite was an art car event. Art car, like, customized vehicles for events. It's called Teleport in the Mojave Desert, and it was an entire event full of these art cars, and I had DJs on top while I was driving around on a desert plain. So it was a very,
Whoa,
interesting and magical experience.
have you done anything to the engine or the suspension to like carry all this weight?
Oh yeah, definitely a lot going on. I have the K2482 Acura engine swap, so that helped give me a little bit of horsepower. And of course, I have to have the aftermarket ECU, so I have the vehicle tuned and some minor bolt-on engine modifications. And I got the snorkel on the other side, very useful for desert-like events, so I get less sand and dust into my engine. I've only had to use it for crossing water once, but don't recommend that.
What about the suspension? Because you have a lot of weight, but I don't really see any sag.
Well, yeah, everything's been modified on the suspension for the most part. Element 44 parts. I have CRV parts on it. The lift kit from HRG. I put on bigger tires. All the bushings are upgraded to a higher quality. Everything's kind of, I had to, compensate for all that extra weight.
I saw you talking about this earlier. Can you tell us about this?
Oh, so the entire vehicle's fingerprint. It doesn't have keys, so this is a fingerprint locking system. So it just unlocked right now.
Wow.
But yeah, the ignition is fingerprint, so everything. And I can control these through my phone, through Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So I just got sick of dealing with keys, so I wanted to have an entirely, foolproof system. And because I have solar and so much batteries, I even have an emergency battery switch right here on the exterior where I can connect both battery systems. So almost in any scenario, I always have some sort of power.
There's so much, but what's your favorite feature of the Element?
The staging on top is probably the most fun and useful thing because A, it gives the event gigs, which help pay for the build, and B, I've used it as like a deck to, like, when I go to the beach or I go camping, and it's a great place to get a little bit more breeze. It's a function that you don't really see on vehicles. So I mean, I've even used it objective ways, like I've used it as a ladder to work on like the top and sides of other vehicles that are getting like solar panels, because I do custom electrical work, so I've even used the vehicle kind of as a toolbox. I never run out of uses for this vehicle.
I mean, from my perspective, it's just a marketing tool, right? It's like, hey, look at all this electrical stuff I can do, and people probably reach out to you and ask if you do that kind of work all the time.
100%.
May I ask about the guy here and the vents and what you've done to this window?
Yes, I removed both middle windows because I found them kind of useless, and I figured I can just put a panel on. I actually want to do that to all the windows. Eventually, I'm hoping these will just break instead of me having to smash them, so I have an excuse. But the good thing about adding a panel is you can drill into it, or you can replace it with another one really easily with any kind of custom design you want. Unlike glass, impossible to really make glass anything more than it really is. I added several things. One, I have a little hatch here from the inside, so like it still has a component where you can look outside. But up here is the real things that I built this for, and this is for temperature control. So this is a fan that goes either in or out, and I have hooked up to a temperature switch. So whenever the vehicle gets too warm, because I do so many like desert events, it will blow out hot air, or at nighttime it can blow in cool air. And I have one on the hatch as well. I have one here, and then I've also modified the stock system to also do the same. So, and that all can run off the secondary lithium system. So, like, my vehicle can't ever just die. I have a very unique electrical system where both my starter battery and secondary system is all lithium. So it's just nice because running everything off a secondary system, I don't have to idle. It saves gas, it saves engine wear, and then, also having a starter battery, that's a lot of weight. So using miniature 3-pound batteries that all they do is start the vehicle, like it, and they're cheap. They're $150. It's like, it's not like it's basically the same price as getting a stock battery, but you save 40 pounds or so.
Can we maybe take a look at your center console real quick and just look at the back?
Yeah.
Let's maybe look at the back first.
The inside is not really the show. It's more built for practicality. I need enough space to load it full of equipment, but I also need it to be functional as a sleeping space when I do events out in the middle of the desert and forest where I have nowhere else to sleep and I don't want to sleep in a tent.
Yeah.
This vehicle is actually very modified for temperature control. Like I have those temperature activated fans. I also have a air conditioner that can run off batteries and solar. So that's what those two holes on that window on the side were for the ins and outs for my Zero Breeze MK2 AC. And the only way that thing is effective, because it's low wattage, is that the entire vehicle is insulated with Reflectix, Havelock wool, foam foil.
Wow.
There's 3 kinds of insulation in almost every single panel. I got the triple layer window coverings. Very serious about being comfortable in there when I do events that it gets 110 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like it would be so comfortable to be in there. You can keep it like 70 degrees, no problem? Yeah,
I have found out in direct sun at 105 degrees, I can have it about 75 in there.
Wow.
So it's it's not ice cold, but it's very survivable. It's very nice, especially when you're trying to sleep in after a long night of performing, partying, and whatnot at a festival.
I would like to take a look at the dash. Would you mind just showing us that real quick?
Yeah.
Like what you got going on over there?
I definitely have a lot going on the dash. Okay. Dash right here is I removed the stock system, so this is now the key switch, which is now it's an arm button, and then I have this is the fingerprint starter. So I try to start it with the wrong finger. It's not going to work. It has red. I'm going to kill the starter so I don't have to actually start the car, but then it'll read my finger. Green. It's trying to start it.
Wow.
So it's a very different system. It was an experiment, but I don't know. I don't know of many other fingerprint vehicles that have for locks and ignition. So in that way, maybe my car's a little bit of future. On the dash, I have a lot going on. This is a monitor for my battery system. This is a leveler, so when I'm camping, I'm on a level ground. This is a engine temp switch, and I have a fan that keeps one of my lithium batteries in the engine bay cool, and I can even control the speed using this right here.
Wow.
You might be able to hear it in the thing, but I can also change it to a different level, so it's kind of quiet. This is an OBD2 monitor, so I get a little bit more information from the computer. I have screens for both my solar system and my alternator system, so I can know exactly how much power is going through my vehicle.
Super cool.
And then
And the Flipper Zero.
yeah, Flipper Zero. I use this to control many like wireless aspects of the vehicle, like all the lighting and stuff like that. I can also start the vehicle using this. So it's kind of like I don't have to use my phone for everything. I can use the Flipper. Right here is a more recent addition, is a little lottery Bitcoin miner, and
cool.
that will use excess solar power that's being unutilized and use it for mining Bitcoin instead. So I have a lot of different stuff and experiments. Of course, I have the aftermarket touchscreen right here. Here I have, USB plugs. I put my own aux. I have a USB that goes to my aftermarket ECU for programming the engine. I have a microphone port right here because at some events I'll drive around and I can talk to people, and then in the glove box I have a mixer that mixes, I can send audio from the car stereo to DJ speakers, or vice versa, have a DJ speakers up there and a DJ up there and have the audio come into the car as well. Then I have a video game system right here.
I've played that. Super fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like sometimes on downtime or something like that, I'll just play games off video games off the head unit. And then I have my miniature DJ unit. I use sometimes when I do events where I'm in the middle of nowhere and you don't have Spotify and stuff like that. Like I can, I have mixes and all my tracks in there just to, keep the audio going. Switch for my inverter, so that has all the outlets on the vehicle turn on and off. And then right there is a meter that tells me how much power that inverter system is using.
Wow.
So I definitely utilized as much as I could in the space I have.
Any luck with the Bitcoin miner?
No, it's kind of more of a fun experiment. Yeah, it's not I'm considering putting a much stronger miner that can actually be used as interior heat, because I use electric heat for this vehicle anyways during winter events where it gets really cold.
Right.
And in theory, you can just use a Bitcoin miner that produces heat. The only issue is you have to have internet to mine Bitcoin. So not too many events in the middle of nowhere have internet. So
Any Starlink.
yeah,
all of a sudden.
exactly. I have proximity sensors all over the vehicle, so like someone walks up to it, the lights can flash, stuff like that. I got the vehicle has a hardline tile and air tag, so they can never die, And so if the car somehow ever gets lost or taken somehow, I always
know where it's at. Yeah.
Pretty much anybody who has a phone next to it, it will be found. So I have always adding as much options to the vehicle as possible, just to learn and play with the realm of possibilities. And a lot of them I actually utilize. So
I mean, it's so cool and like futuristic, and I'm so impressed that you did this like all yourself. It's really impressive.
thank you. Yes. All the electric stuff is definitely all me. I love electricity. It's like, it's invisible magic, so to speak. So it's given me a lot back. I've learned a lot, and I've also used it to help other people. So it's like this situation with my element was very win-win.
I'm gonna take a quick peek at this thing real quick. So cool. Quick look at the interior. Wow.
Latest thing that I do with my element now is I power custom arcade machines that I build. I found a lot of events. Not every event wanted a stage, but they wanted maybe a fun art piece, like this is, but with some more utility. So I started like, oh, well, why don't I just power arcade machines off the vehicle? So this weekend I'm doing a fundraiser on a farm in Pomona, and I will literally be setting up and having these arcade machines that I built. So it's like, I'm always finding new ways to use this experiment as a useful tool, and so I'm very blessed to be an element owner.
We're blessed to have you in the community, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Where can we learn more about you and where you're gonna be at with your events?
You can find the Red E on Instagram. Just look up the Red E stage. There's only one, and you'll notice it.
Sweet.
And we post all of our events on that, so best place to follow us.
Awesome. I'll leave the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and please be sure to like and subscribe, and also be sure to check out our channel memberships where we post exclusive videos for only channel members. So thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.